to invite Dr. Abad Tripathi to start the proceedings.
Virgil said, when creativity melts together with global issues, I believe you can bring the world together. Good morning to all the respected dignitaries, our esteemed participants, and the delegates present here in the conference. The introduction will be done by Sir.
We have few very special guests today. I'll start with the chief guest in absentia, but I'll introduce him in the end. I would like to start with Dr. Alicia Sinsu. She is from Indonesia. Alicia, could you please take up the stage, please? Dr. Alicia is Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering, Department, Faculty of Engineering, same Ratalungi University, Indonesia. She is an entrepreneur, she is a hotelier, she is a writer, she has published quite a few publications. 4 of them are of international repute. I would like Dr. Alicia to be seated on the dais, please. We have Dr. Hanlin Hidalgo. Dr. Hidalgo is Associate Professor at the Central Bicol State University of Agriculture, Philippines. She holds a degree in Agri-Business Management. She is a social scientist and her interests are in a sustainable livelihood of the marginal sectors, business resiliency, industry and market behavior, farm tourism and value chain. She has worked with the projects funded by international agencies like SIDA, TRIAS, UNDP, and recently the International Foundation for Science. She is currently the Program Development Coordinator of the SAFE Network and an organizer of Young Scholars Initiative under the Institute of New Economic Thinking. She is also a project evaluator of the Philippines Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program for the Department of Science and Tech in her locality. She received international awards in research and business competition. In the when we forward this list of the gathering, we have Miss Thati Om. Please join us. She is working as a lecturer. She is a major in IR International Relationship. She is working as a faculty at Department of International Studies, Hanai University. Next we have Miss Lan. She is major in economics. She is working as a faculty in International Studies, Hanai University. They are doing research also, and there is a very special connection with Lan. Professor Mahesh Kumar is a local guardian to her. Previously she was here. Reena ma'am makes us better after here. I mean literally. Please take the seat. Next in the line, I would like to invite Dr. N.S. Bankoti, the principal of the college. Dr. Bankoti has worked tremendously in Hills, almost 26 years in Hills. Then he headed a college in Talwadi. Then he became a deputy director of higher education. And now he is heading this college for almost near to 2 years. Very easygoing persona, extremely positive energy. We welcome you, sir. Next in the line, we have Dr. P.C. Kavidya. Professor P.C. Kavidya has more than 40 years of professional experience, which includes teaching, research, administration, institution building, and corporate training. Professor Kavidya has significantly contributed in the development of activities of Kumai University. Nainital is a Dean of Commerce and Management Studies, Director of Vocational Studies, Skill Development, Director of Training and Placement, Controller of Examination, Coordinator NSS, Member Secretary Uttarakhand State Eligibility Test. Professor Kavidayal is also actively involved in NAC. Professor Kavidayal has participated in a large number of conferences, international and national. He has published more than 40 renowned publications in the form of books and journals and papers. Now I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Yasodhar Matpal, on the stage. Dr. Yasodhar Matpal is a Padma Shri. He is an Indian archaeologist, painter, curator, Gandhian philosopher, rock art conservationist. He is most known for his study of cave art, especially in M.B.Govt rock shelters. Barachina, Uttarakhand, Kerala. He founded the Folk Culture Museum at Himtal in 1983. One of the topmost scientific recorder of rock art in the world. Dr. Matpal is an artist by nature and archaeologist by vocation. We welcome you, sir. He has spent more than 30 years in documenting prehistoric art motifs, over 400 caves located in the Himalayas, Vindhyas, Kemur, Western Ghats. Dr. Matpal has developed a unique style of painting to scale using original colors, backgrounds and painting in watercolors, his most preferred medium. This style has been acclaimed universally as the most authentic, scientific and aesthetic. In fact, Dr. Matpal is the only Indian scholar in rock art acknowledged internationally. Dr. Matpal's meticulous recording of 7,000 rock art motifs from over 200 caves at M.B.Govt, several dozen publications on them and 40 one-man shows in various parts of the world popularized the site, and it was enlisted among the World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2006. For his efforts, Dr. Matpal was given Padma Shri in 2006 by Government of India. The Department of Archaeology, University of Kerala, Trivandrum in 2013 published a Fest Script Volume to honor Dr. Matpal under the title Rock Art, Recent Researches and New Perspectives. If I read his list, it's really long and very impressive. All I can say, sir, you are most welcome. We are humbled by your presence. Thank you, sir. In the chain, I would like to invite Dr. Manisha. She is Assistant Director Higher Education, Government of Uttarakhand, and she is today representing Director as Director nominee. At the moment, she is heading the administrative job, but she is an academician. She has a major in economics. She has worked almost 17 years as an faculty. Welcome, ma'am. And not last, I would like to invite the host, Professor Nilofer Akhtar, on the stage, please. Ma'am, you are the one we are here. Dr. Akhtar has been teaching for more than 18.5 years. She is heading the Department of English at the M.B.Govt College, and she is the organizer of this seminar. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to invite Dr. Tripathi now to take over the proceedings.
Welcome to the two-day International Conference on Gender Roles and Green Concepts, Pathways Towards Environmental Sustainability, organized in Haldwani, Uttarakhand, which is situated in the immediate foothills of Kumaon Himalayas. In the academic world of knowledge sharing, conferences are the most rightful platforms bringing together erudite thinkers, visionaries, and extraordinary academicians. They serve as the stages for open discussions where ideas converge and a meaningful discourse is born. Today, we all have gathered here to be a part of one of the most intellectually elite events, which I'm sure is going to provide a golden opportunity for each one of us to enrich and enlighten ourselves. We are honored to have all of you join us today as we embark upon this incredible journey of knowledge, innovation and collaboration. Without further ado, let's dive into our promising schedule. We commence our event with our age-old tradition of lighting the lamp, a tradition that has passed down through generations as a symbol of dispelling of darkness, igniting of thought, and enlightening and inviting auspiciousness, positivity, and prosperity. It's our honor to invite our speakers, our principal, all the dignitaries present on stage, our convener, co-convener, and all the people here to please move to the lampstand to do the honors. We deeply appreciate your presence, marking the auspicious beginning of our proceedings today. You are all requested to kindly move to the lampstand, sir. The lampstand, it is the lighting of the lamp. It is an auspicious ceremony which is accompanied with the enchantment of a shlok in Sanskrit, which goes as Om Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Dhan Sampada Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya Deep Jyoti Namostute, which means we fold our hands before the light that brings auspiciousness, good health, abundance, and destruction of negative intellect. With the arrival of light, darkness dispels. Big hands. We request all the dignitaries to participate in this ceremony. We express our profound gratitude to all the respected dignitaries present here who have contributed to this propitious beginning. Just as the lamp lights up everything around it, may this event also illuminate our minds and inspire us to arise, awake, and reach our full potential. This metaphorical illumination marks the official launch of the event for today. Thank you.
Extending the welcome, I would like to invite Mr. Keith Hidalgo. He is part of the IRB Institutional Review Board, who reviews the proposals submitted to the university. He is also a trainer of the bankers in his home country. And I would like to, and he's, Mr. Hidalgo, please join us. We'll get it. Please join us. I would like to invite Dr. Bankoti to introduce and welcome the guests, please. Sir, please.
Thank you, Uncle Professor Sid. Today is my fortunate to welcome the all peoples on the occasion of seminar conducted by Professor Nilofer and Department of English in my college. सभी को नमस्कार, good morning, प्रणाम. A very good morning, esteemed guests and distinguished delegates. I warmly welcome everyone of you to the International Conference on Gender Role and Green Concerns, Pathways to Sustainable Development. Our gratitude goes to the Honorable Guest, Padma Shri Yashodhar Matwal, Professor Kabidayal, and a beautiful guest, Miss Land, Dr. Alisha, Dr. Hani, and Dr. Manisha, Assistant Director of Higher Education. The theme of our conference is very beautiful and challenging, multiple dimensions weaving together gender, environment and sustainability. It challenges us to explore solutions for the global conservation of human society in both present and future scenario. As we pool our knowledge on this international platform, the ripple effects are bound to be profound and enduring. The exchange of ideas and thoughts here holds the potential to bring about positive changes across the discipline and area of knowledge. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our overseas and Indian delegates for gracing this conference with their presence and for sharing their ideas, thoughts, and knowledge. Organizing an international conference is no small feat, and I acknowledge the delegation of our team of professors, teachers, faculty members, and supporting staff who left no stones unturned to make this happen. The commitment of our faculty has been unwavering, working 24 hours to ensure the success of the event. The theme for the technical sessions are internationally broad and multidisciplinary, allowing teachers and scholars to connect across various fields. The diversity of papers received ranging from the representation of women in natural resources, leadership, biodiversity, conservation, ecological literacy, human rights, and literature showcase the beauty of this international forum. I am hopeful and anticipate that this conference will bring crucial ideas and goals with furnishing implication to the table, playing a massive role in shaping policies for those who hold the reins of power. Once again, I express my deepest gratitude to each of you participating in this significant endeavor. Let the exchange of knowledge and ideas begin paving the way for sustainable and inclusive future. I congratulate Professor Nilofer and her team, Department of English, all professors, all scholars in this college and who are connecting from the online. Welcome to all. Once again, welcome to all. Thanks to all. Best wishes for all. God blesses to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words carry immense weight, and we believe your welcome note will resonate with all of us, creating a memorable and inspiring start to this international conference. We now move forward with our students from M.B.Govt College presenting the Saraswati Vandana. Kindly welcome the students here.
सर यहाँ कोने में कर दीजिए, सर कॉर्नर में वहाँ पे कर दीजिए।
सबको मिलेगा जो ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, जिसको प्रेजेंट करना है उनके लिए। आप ग्रुप में जुड़े हैं, कॉन्फ्रेंस में जुड़े हैं, आप कॉन्फ्रेंस ग्रुप में नहीं जुड़े हैं तो मैं अपना आप मुझे वो बता दीजिए। ठीक है, इसमें रखना है, इसमें रखना है।
शारदे हमें वीणा की झनकार दे, हे शारदे हमें वीणा की झनकार दे। तू स्वर की देवी, वेदों की वाणी तू ही है। तू ज्ञान गंगा ब्रह्म में वाणी हुई है। तू विश्वकर्ता, विश्व की जगदम्बिका है। तेरी शरण में शीश ये नित नित झुका है। हमें प्यार से तू सवार दे, हे शारदे हमें वीणा की झनकार दे। हम हैं अकिंचन और अबोध निर्वाण तेरे। श्रद्धा की माला हाथ ले है द्वार तेरे। हम ज्ञान से विज्ञान से है दूर सारे। तू चंद्रमा, हम है असंख्य तेरे ही तारे। हमें ज्ञान का उपहार दे, सप्रेम से तू संभाल दे। हे शारदे हमें वीणा की झनकार दे। हमें वीणा की झनकार दे। हमें वीणा की झनकार दे।
Thank you, dear students. It's well said, where words fail, music speaks. And the Saraswati Vandana is believed to remove all the obstacles to success in one's education and career. Now, I would like to call upon the organizing secretary of this conference, Dr. Rekha Joshi, Assistant Professor, Department of Psychology, to kindly come up to the dais to acquaint us with the idea of the conference.
A very warm welcome to each and everyone. We all have gathered here today for the commencement of the 2 days international conference on gender roles and green concept, pathway towards environmental sustainability. I extend my heartfelt welcome to our esteemed committee members, beginning with a chief guest, Dr. Yashoda Matpal, Indian archaeologist, painter and Padma Shri. Our special guest, Professor Kavi Dayal, Department of Commerce, Kumaon University, Nainital. Our patron, Professor N.S. Bankoti, Principal M.B.Govt College, Haldwani. Our convener, Professor Nilofar Akhtar, co-convener, Professor C.S. Negi, and our advisory committee. A special welcome to all our delegates and the attendees gathered here today. Each one might playing a pivotal role in the momentous event. This conference brings together two crucial themes: how we see gender roles and our responsibility towards the environment. These are not a separate issue, they are closely connected. We are here to explore how we can blend these ideas into our everyday lives. Gender roles, shaped by both biology and society, are tightly linked to how we care for the environment. Environmental sustainability means meeting today's needs without jeopardizing the future generation ability to meet theirs. It's something we all share and must safeguard, knowing how important our global ecosystem is and that our natural resources are not limitless. This conference, gathering diverse voices from all around, aims to build this inclusive, sustainable environment. Sharing ideas here will help people from all backgrounds understand their role in this, making us all more responsible citizens. The papers selected for this conference are meticulously curated to align with our cause. Each submission reflects a profound relevance to our theme, offering diverse perspective, innovative solutions, and thought-provoking insight that promise to enrich an understanding and guide our collective action towards sustainability. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you, our distinguished guests, delegates, and all attendees for joining us and dedicating yourself to this vital cause. Your active engagement plays an important role in shaping our discussion and creating pathway towards a sustainable, inclusive future for all genders. Let's dive into these next 2 days with enthusiasm and collective determination to learn, collaborate, and truly make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are thankful to you for your beautiful insights and thoughtful insights that have added immense value to this occasion. I read it somewhere, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. But behind all such endeavor, there is always some driving force. This event is the outcome of an idea manifested into reality by its pioneer, who is none other than the convener of today's conference, Professor Nainital, in charge, Department of English, M.B.Govt. College, Haldwani, whose unparalleled commitment to the conference has orchestrated an event that transcends borders and unites experts from diverse fields. Ladies and gentlemen, we also take extreme pleasure in announcing our newest venture, another very important event of the day, that is the unveiling of our e-magazine, Mitties, of and by the Department of English. Therefore, I now take the privilege to invite ma'am on stage, not only to share the insights and reflections of the journey that has led us to this moment and provide guidance as we embark on the enriching sessions ahead, but also to launch our digital publication, Mitties. Ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Abha and Dr. Sid, for doing this wonderful anchoring and being the actual anchors of the conference today. Good morning, a very good morning to one and all, Adab and Pranam. This conference on gender roles and green concepts, pathways towards sustainable development, stands for big ideas and practical strategies. As I understand the topic, it stands for the question who we are as individuals and as a species, and how we interact with each other as human beings and as non-human beings, as individuals, species, and to me everything boils down to just two paradigms, which is the theme conference of the theme, gender gap and green concepts. Today's morning sees honored guests and distinguished people from India and overseas assembled for the conference that revolves around the concept of environmental sustainability, which in turn is a diverse and evolving discipline. I feel privileged and at the same time humbled by the presence of the respected special chief guest, Shri Yashoda Matpal ji, who has very kindly consented to be with us at such an event, and it's better if I do not go into the backdrop of how we got him here and how he was invited in the 11th hour. And thank you very much, sir, for being here with us. It's very kind of you to be here with us at the 11th hour invitation, so thank you. We have Professor R.C.P.C. Kavidayal with us. The same goes with him. Thanks to you, sir, for your humility and kindness for being here with us and being a part of this program. Dr. Alicia Sinsu from Taiwan. I made friends with her in the last trip to Bali, which I had 1 month back, and so we have a little bit of history, and she also kindly consented to be a part of this program, and she is one instrumental hand to make it an overseas kind of a platform. My sincere thanks also goes to Dr. Hanelin Hidalgo from Philippines, who is accompanying her husband here with her husband, Ken. So welcome both of you and thank you for being here. Miss Lan, Miss Oan, both are from Hanoi, Vietnam, assistant professors from there. I am not sure Professor Sarita has arrived here or not. She's on the way, she'll be very much here in 10 minutes, I think. Manisha, Dr. Manisha Tiwari is the director's representative, and the director very much wanted to be with us, and the same goes with the VC of this university, but I don't know, something is about the 8th of January that most of the people are not aligned with this date, so they are not here. So, but they have been here virtually, or they are connected to us virtually, or by any other means. So they have sent their blessings, and thanks to all of them. Principal sir, the anchor of this whole gamut of events that is going to happen, this 2-day event, it can only happen because of his keen interest in whatever is being done here in and around the college. Other distinguished guests, delegates on the dais and off the dais, participants who are present here in person and those who are virtually connected with us, students and staff of the college, representatives from media. So let's talk a bit about the theme and the concept of green literature and sustainable development. So when it comes to defining gender roles, it can be understood in the echelons of disparity that we have in our society between sexes based on their biological differences and also about their societal structures. So this conference will try to focus on the disparity between gender-based economic, social and geographical conditions, which in turn impact the means to attain environmental sustainability. So they are very connected, I feel. Now, to briefly understand the term, we have to understand what is the role of ecological balance and how it supports our life. Gender roles, and by gender, let's understand that gender includes male, female and the non-binary. So gender gap has worldwide becoming deciding constants for environmental regulations, to say the least. We must know that environmental sustainability cannot be achieved by one gender or one community. It is a shared responsibility of every individual who is aware of how the global ecosystems work and how they and why the natural resources are limited. And not only this, they also know the dire consequences of abusing and exploiting it.
Environmental sustainability has been defined by the US Environmental Protection Agency as meeting today's needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. The need for an unbiased approach to gender equality and environmental sustainability has been felt, as all the genders should have a say in policy making, which will ensure and make sure for a better balanced and gender inclusive society. In the light of the pressing environmental challenges, a gender inclusive society will help propagate and promote the cause of green concepts. So the two are interrelated and indispensable to each other, especially in the times of natural calamity. Where is it seen that in many countries that women and children bear the brunt of their vulnerability, whereas the men folk are treated as heroes and have to perform as heroes under such pressures. I have read stories where women have died by drowning, as their culture prohibited them to learn how to swim. The themes like green literature, it promotes, because I am from a literature background, so vying for that also. So it promotes the idea of eco-critical thinking, which has become the vogue of today's green concept and green literature. Reading literature, viewing art, listening to music, watching films and eating local food. It becomes indispensable to sustainable development, and it is where these things are reflected. We have to be very mindful of what we are doing in our day-to-day lives. The conference of an international nature like this thus creates a momentum for a gender-inclusive, green and sustainable environment. But before I say thank you to you, let me very quickly bring the introduction of the Music Metis, which is the e-magazine of our department. It is the maiden issue of the digital magazine that we are launching today. And let me invite all the dignitaries on the dais to just turn around and look, have a watch at the projector there. It is displayed on the screen. So the Music Metis, the non-literature background people must be thinking about the title of the journal, the e-magazine. Metis is the goddess of wisdom and skills, and I hope and pray that this journal becomes a platform for the creative, literary and writing skills of our students of MA and BA. So there, and if you look at the picture there displayed, so two prominent romantic poets, Keats and Shelley, they are having it's a quixotic idea, and Keats and Shelley, they are having a discussion. It's not quixotic because they never met, and maybe the season autumn is reflected. Autumn, if you have been introduced to English, you know what is the importance of autumn for romantics, autumn and spring. And at the backdrop is the lake. I'm forgetting the name of the lake, but it is very crucial. Yeah, please. So it's a telling image that sets the tone of the creative ovary of our students. So kudos, especially one name that comes to my mind is the name of Paras Dumka. He is a student of MA 3rd Sem, and heads off to his creativity, and he did it in a period of 1 month. Hardly 1 month have been there, have been invested in creating a magazine, and we'll try to better it next time, hoping and looking forward to make it bigger and better in the next issues to come. Thank you very much. Have a great 2 days of the conference ahead. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, ma'am. It's rightly said, it's every teacher's job to be rigorous about constantly being open to new ideas and innovation. We owe the gratitude to you as you have worked truly hard on making this vision a reality. Your tireless efforts have made this collaboration and innovation possible. There is yet another great news to be shared from the stage today. Following up the launch of the e-magazine, there is another literary venture lined up, the book entitled New Dimensions in Higher Education, edited by Dr. Tanuja Melkhani, Assistant Professor, Department of B.Ed, M.B.G. College, Haldwani, and co-edited by Dr. Mohammad Rizwan, Assistant Professor, Department of B.Ed, Trinity Institute of Professional Studies, Haldwani, is awaiting its launch soon. Therefore, I would like to invite Dr. Melkhani and Dr. Rizwan to come up for the proceedings of the book launch. A special invitation to Dr. T.K. Paneru, retired Professor, Department of Hindi, and Mr. Girish Melkhani, entrepreneur, political and social political activists, to kindly come up to the stage for this book launch.
मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन का नाम है
One of the students can come this side. One of you can come here. We request all the dignitaries to kindly accept the books for the book launch.
कोई बात नहीं बाद में आपसे बात करेगा उससे पहले नाम उसमें हाँ उसका नाम हाँ पहले जाएगी हाँ हाँ हाँ
Dr. Anita Joshi from B.Ed department is requested to kindly come up to the stage for this book launch.
पीछे से बंद कर दो ना थोड़ी देर के लिए लाइट आ रही है
I would now request Dr. Tanuja Melkhani to kindly come up to the dais and to present a brief synopsis of the book. Dr. Tanuja, ma'am, you are requested to kindly come up and present a brief synopsis.
Thank you so much all. A very good morning to all of the dignitaries and delegates on the stage, and each and every respected person presented over here. I would like to speak about our new release book. The book titled New Dimension in Higher Education is an edited text altogether covering 24 articles and as many authors. It is bilingual with 8 articles submitted in Hindi and the rest in English. The range of topics or the subject area covered remain quite extensive. However, broadly, the subject areas could be summarized as a number of articles delve into the role of information and communication technology in education, access, equity and inclusion vis-a-vis new education policy to the latest field of artificial intelligence. To give the book a holistic nature and to cover the interest of a wider readership, effort have been taken to incorporate a brief account of the historical development of higher education in the country, inclusive of a chapter on the very Gandhian principles of imparting education in general, and to release relevance. Lastly, the grave issue of gender discrimination in higher education has been aptly covered in a nutshell. The book will, I believe, prove very handy for all those concerned with higher education, both in academics as well as in general, and more especially the research scholars. I, along with my co-author and editor Dr. Mohammad Rizwan, faculty, B.Ed, Trinity College, Haldwani, wish to express our gratitude to my respective of the institute, Dr. M.B.Govt sir, my head of the department, Dr. Anita Joshi, as well as all our colleagues, especially all the experts who contributed their articles that finally resulted in the production of the text. Special thanks to our publisher, Tanisha Publisher, Rudrapur, for bringing it out. And yes, at last, but not the least, I especially thanks Dr. Nilofar Akhtar, convener of the conference, for providing us a wonderful opportunity for this book release at this prestigious event at our college. Thank you so much all. और यहीं पर ही मेरे पिताजी भी यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, डॉक्टर डी.के. पनीरू सर, मेरे आदरणीय पिता, और जो कुछ भी मैं हूँ और यहाँ से मैं बोल रही हूँ, तो जो उनकी इंस्पिरेशन है और जो मेरे जीवन के आधार स्तंभ हैं, और साथ ही मेरे हस्बैंड मिस्टर गिरीश मलकानी भी इस ओकेजन पर यहाँ पर हैं, तो उनको भी क्रेडिट जाता है कि जो भी हूँ मैं और उन्हीं की देन हूँ और उन्हीं का ही आशीर्वाद हूँ. थैंक यू सो मच.
Thank you, Dr. Malkani. I would like to invite Dr. P.C. Kavidyal to share his thoughts with us. Thank you, sir.
Greetings to all present here, off the dais and on the dais. International Conference on Gender Roles and Green Concepts. This is the inaugural session of this 2 days international conference. First of all, I'm grateful to the organizing secretary and the patron of this international conference for inviting me on this occasion. I feel privileged, rather honored. On this occasion, the chief guest, Dr. Yashodhar Bhatpal, Padma Shri, and a legend archaeologist, patron Professor Vanguti, principal of this college, Assistant Director Higher Education Dr. Manisha, organizing secretary of this international conference, Dr. Nainital Uttarakhand, and her team, Professor D.K. Paneru, again a legend in the academic fraternity, Professor C.S. Joshi, my friend, and Professor Usha, Dr. Suresh Matpal from Nainital, welcome sir, Dr. Tripathi, and Mr. Girish Malkani, the better half of Dr. Sarita, as he has rightly mentioned, delegates from various parts of the globe. It would be difficult for me to name everyone, particularly those who have come from Philippines, Malaysia or Vietnam. You and dear students, I could not name all the faculty members present over here. All are my young colleagues. By face, I know everyone. I was at the last moment. I got a call late in the evening yesterday that director साहब यहाँ नहीं हैं. If you have time, you please come and grace this occasion. Being an academician, I could not deny it. मैं इसको अपने इस सब्जेक्ट पर न बोल पाने की ढाल के लिए इस्तेमाल नहीं कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये सत्य है. और मैं चूँकि आई एम रिसेंटली रिटायर्ड फ्रॉम my long journey of 44 years career in the university, so I thought it is an opportunity for me to meet the young minds and the persons who have come from abroad and all academicians. Actually, when I got to know about the theme of this international conference, one of the sub-themes of the conference was gender diversification. Gender diversification means what is the role of the women in the society right now, because they have always been raising their voice for equal opportunity, equal to man. I don't think that they are equal to man. They are superior to man. They should not ask for the equality. Because men are not superior to women. For this, I would take you to some past. Say, as per the theory of evolution given by Darwin, Darwin said in his theory of evolution, we were chimpanzees, and the strongest chimpanzee used to be the leader. Then we became a nomadic society. We used to loiter from here and there, and the best hunter at that time used to be the leader. Then we turned into an agriculture society, and the person who has got highest number of cows, sheep and lambs, he used to be considered the leader. How much how much he possesses. Possession became the power. From here we moved to industrial society, industrial revolution, and then muscle and brain both have come into picture. Muscle power and brain power. Then came into picture planning, organizing, budgeting, cost benefit analysis kind of thing. And muscle was outsourced and brain was there to work. And the person who has got the brain considered to be the powerful in the society or leader in the society. I give you an example of Israel. See the Israel, it is considered to be the economic powerhouse today. 60% of the country, Israel, is desert. They don't have mineral resources. How it is possible that Israel is the super economic power? It's a brain power. Presently, see, chimpanzee से हम चले गए, like fascist Germany, France revolution, 19th century, then we came into this muscle power and brain power, administrative capability जिसका ज़्यादा है, he would consider to be the leader in the society. So later on, Israel had changed this myth. It said, brain is everything. So now you see, if you the largest hotel company in the world does not own any hotel. What they are doing? The largest transportation company in the world does not own a car, Uber. What they are doing? They have a computer on the table. They have some data, information and they have the brain to process the information. And they are the leader in the world. What do Amazon, Google and Facebook do if they are not processing the information and have the capabilities to manipulate it smartly? So where do we go from here now? Where do we go from here? What is next? Now, what is to be cooked in the evening, in dinner? Which dress I must put on today? Today is Monday. This will be decided by the AI and quantum computers now in the times to come. And it has started. Human brain is being replaced by artificial intelligence and quantum computers. Companies, corporates that do have the capabilities to digitize, to make use of robotics. They are the market leaders and they are capitalizing on their digital efficiency, their robotic power. They are the, as far as women power is concerned, worldwide का अगर आप data देखें, you will find that almost very near to 50% of the corporate leaders are women. In our country, during the last 2-3 years, 20% इसमें इजाफा हुआ है. Women leadership, as far as corporate leaders are concerned, they have increased. They are likely to touch the 50% mark now. So what does it say? What are the consequences? What are the repercussions of this AI and quantum computers? It has replaced our brain. Maybe अभी मैडम सरिता एजुकेशन पढ़ा रही हैं, प्रोफेसर CS जोशी क्लास में अकाउंटिंग पढ़ा रहे हैं. मे बी 2 साल, 4 साल, 5 साल के बाद they will be replaced by smart computers, AI and quantum computers. So where we are heading from here? Oh, I thought my time is over. I have 5 more minutes. Oh, they were not expecting that I'll be talking so much. So I thought what to talk on this occasion. So, future of gender diversity I was planning to. देखिए, एक कपल रहता था शहर में, तो हस्बैंड ने कहा कि my darling, mommy is coming. There is a telegram. I'm talking about 20 years, 30 years back, when mobile was not the favorable device. Wife got disturbed. She got furious. Mummy is coming. Husband has said. She said, "You please prepare the food. I am going to take her from the station." जब मम्मी को लेके हस्बैंड आ गए, डोरबेल बजाई, वाइफ ने कहा, वाइफ ने दुपट्टे से अपना सर बांध रखा था, सर दर्द हो रहा था, मम्मी आ रही है। जब दरवाजा खोला तो वो वाइफ की मम्मी थी। So she said, "Oh mummy, you have come. You never told me that you are coming, and he never informed me that you are coming." He said, "I told you that mummy is coming. There is a telegram." So this is the way of thinking towards others' mother. So mother is mother. You may take it on the lighter note. So this you can. I used to give this example to my students when I explain how उनका मनोभाव कैसा है, attitude कैसा है. Whatever we do in life, 90% depends on our attitude towards things we do. अब AI और quantum computers की बात हो गई. What is next after AI and quantum computers? Can AI replace empathy? Can AI quantify empathy or discernment? What is good and what is bad? Sometimes we are in the dilemma whether this school is for my son or this school, or this girl is suitable for my son or this girl, or this company or this company, or this food or this food. We are in the dilemma. So AI is going to give you the answer. आपने देखा होगा कई जगह in most उनका precision level बहुत ज़्यादा है. They do not have the feeling because they do not have the heart. If this process continues to grow for certain number of years, this will create income disparity in the community, in the society. This will create havoc in the society, and it would be a disastrous for humanity. So my humble submission to all of you is translate the thinking into feeling, because feeling is not the function of the machine. Machine will not help you out. Whatever decision you want, women are considered to be the better decision makers. There is a study, recently एक study हुआ है, the companies that has been led by women, okay, he has reminded me, another 1 minute, I am going to stop this speech. Let me conclude. See, there is a study in Harvard. कभी आप अपने घर में भी इसको अप्लाई करिएगा. Whenever you have some issues and you are upset, आप एंटरप्रेन्योर हो सकते हैं, आप CEOs हो सकते हैं, आप प्रोफेसर हो सकते हैं. There is some conflict arising because of some reason in the office, in the organization, or in the at your home. When you get upset, who is there to resolve this issue? और आप 2 महीने 3 महीने से परेशान हैं, तो आप अपने स्पाउस से बात करके देखिएगा. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट मेल्स. स्पाउस से, अपनी मदर से, अपनी सिस्टर से, अपनी डॉटर से, if she is grown up, उनसे बात करके देखिएगा. By that time you will finish your problem. Last word of the line of your problem, you would get the answer from your wife or your sister or your mother. They are so evolved consciously. So इसको कभी आजमाएं. That's why it has been proved that women are superior than men. They are better leaders in the society. Gender diversification, and it has explained in the increasing role in the as a leader in corporate world. With these words, I take your leave. I congratulate the organizing secretary and her entire team, and particularly the chief guest of this event, Dr. Yashodhar Bhatpal sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. When you have 40 years of experience, you have a lot to share. And time was short. Apologies to cut you off in between. We have quite a few guests who have joined recently. I would like to thank you and acknowledge their presence. Professor A.S. Adhikari, Department of English from SSJ campus. Can you repeat the word? Dr. A.P. Singh, a principal from ASI. Dr. Sarita Srivastav, Pantnagar University. Ma'am is delivering a talk tomorrow at the closing ceremony. Dr. C.S. Joshi, Dr. C.S. Negi, Dr. Manoj Pandey from Rudrapur College. Dr. Parvez Ahmed from Sadev Suman campus, Rishikesh. Dr. Govind Bora, Dr. Usapan Joshi, Dr. Sijwali, Dr. Amit Sachdeva, Dr. Neeta Pandey, Dr. Rajveer Singh, Dr. Satendra, Dr. Anita Joshi. We welcome you here. And Dr. Shakiba, we welcome you here. And any name which I have omitted, my sincere apologies. It's been difficult to keep an eye contact and figure out names and then name them here. I would like to extend now. I would like to invite Dr. Yashodhar Matpal sir. Sir, we would like to hear, we are extremely keen to hear from you. I will not stand in the way. Please, welcome to the desk. Please welcome.
Our foreign delegates, dear friends and students, I am thankful to the organizer to invite me for such a academic gathering for which I am not able to be surprised that I spent nearly 30 years in the forest and caves in search of the cave art, starting from the Himalayas to the Kerala. So I had been always in isolation, in nature, and it is nearly 40 years when I came here in Bhimtal. The area, the campus now known as the Gita Dham, the campus of the Lok Sanskriti Sangrahalaya, the museum, it was a bleak and barren environment containing only the lantana. There is not a single species of tree. But during last 40 years, although we have not the academic knowledge of the environment and the nature, but we have a practical knowledge and we transform the bleak and barren landscape into a Shangri-La, and now it is a completely green patch, very attractive, containing nearly several dozens of the plant species and the aromatic plants. So we are close to nature. And as far as the topic of the present conference, the gender role. In fact, we, the Indians, are the only person in the world who conceive God in the form of the Ardhanarishwar, half man and half woman. Generally, all the religions, they think of God as the male member. So, we need not to be taught about the role of the woman, because from the Vedic period, the first name for God is Tom Stri, Tom Kuman, Tom Kumar, Tom Kumari. So we have always a very regardful attitude toward the woman. Unfortunately, during few centuries, that the prestige of woman that degraded. Otherwise, as a whole, we always say, Tumeo Mata cha Pita Tumeo. And we are the Indian who say that the Tulsi Mata, Ganga Mata, we have Gita Mata. So always we regard the woman as a Mata, mother. I think this is the only land where even a king, अगर कोई राजा भी गुजर रहा होगा तो एक भिखारिनी को माता जी ही कहेगा. And we know the role of mother. यहाँ की भाषा में जो ईजा शब्द है या माँ शब्द है उसका कोई ट्रांसलेशन नहीं हो सकता.
जीवन इसको पकड़ लेंगे.
और जब ये पर्यावरण की बात आती है, I will tell you that my wife played a major role to irrigate the lantana and to make this green patch. So always in the hills, these are the backbone of the society who are directly associated with the nature, with the environment, and also with the sustainable philosophy of the life. I was only in the night informed that I have to go to Haldwani, and moreover, as I told you, I am not a specialist in the environment, and but I have some small story, and I will tell you. ये 1930 की बात थी, इलाहाबाद में कांग्रेस का सम्मेलन हो रहा था और गांधी जी वहाँ आमंत्रित थे. तो लंच के समय में नेहरू जी ने उनको बाहर ले जाने के लिए, हाथ धोने के लिए उनको ले गए. और जब बातों बातों में वो अपने बातों में मस्त थे और करीब 4-5 लोटा पानी वो लगातार गांधी जी के हाथों पैरों में धोते रहे. अचानक गांधी जी को ध्यान आया. उन्होंने कहा, मैं कितना मूर्ख हूँ कि मैंने हाथ पांव धोने के लिए 5 लोटे पानी बर्बाद कर दिए. तो नेहरू जी ने कहा, बापू आप यहाँ गंगा यमुना के संगम पर हैं, यहाँ पानी की कमी नहीं है. तो इसका जो उत्तर गांधी जी ने दिया, उन्होंने कहा, मुझे पता है प्रकृति माता का भंडार अटूट है, लेकिन हमारी तो सीमा है. If we know our limitations, then you can save the nature. आज तो ये हो गया कि जिसके जितने लंबे हाथ हैं उतना ही ज़्यादा शोषण कर रहा है. जैसे जिस गाय के लंबी डोरी होती है उतनी ज़्यादा चरती है, वैसे ही आज का समय है. अभी भी पहाड़ में भी गरीब लोग सबसे कम नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हैं वातावरण को. एक गरीब आदमी को साल में कुछ पेड़ों की जरूरत होगी अपने जिंदा रहने के लिए, आग जलाने के लिए, लेकिन एक ठेकेदार को, एक करोड़पति को एक ही रात में कई पूरे जंगल साफ कर देते हैं. तो आज भी जो रिसोर्सेज का क्रिमिनल वेस्टेज हो रहा है, दीज आर ओनली द रिच पीपल करता है, चाहे कपड़े पहनने में हो, चाहे खाने में हो, या जीवन के काम में. संपन्न लोग हैं, हल्द्वानी के लोग तो जानते हैं कि यहाँ इतनी शादी बारात होती है, कितने उसमें वेस्टेज होता है खाने का और चीज़ों का. तो ये नाउ इट इज द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द सो कॉल्ड rich people, the well-to-do people, to preserve the environment. Ladies are always, either it is a Chipko Andolan or any other movement, these are the ladies who always very close to the nature and they try to preserve it, to save it. Because our entire economy, it is based on our mothers, our sisters, fat people. जो सर्वसंपन्न लोग हैं उनको चेताने की जरूरत है और महिलाओं का तो हमेशा ही से रोल रहा है, क्योंकि हम मातृसत्तात्मक हैं। And if you go into the prehistory, the earliest statues are of the mother goddesses. These dated to some 48,000. So initially the mankind is a group of the mother worshippers. हम शुरू से ही रहे हैं और इतना निश्चित है, अभी भी हम सोचते हैं कि अगर 30% आरक्षण महिलाओं को दिया जाए तो बड़ी कृपा होगी। क्यों नहीं 50% की सोचते हैं? महिलाएं कभी ऐसा नहीं रहा कि उन्होंने कहीं दोयम दर्जे की भूमिका निभाई हो। आज तो लद्दाख जैसी जगहों में भी 18,000 19,000 फीट में भी महिलाएं हैं, और चाहे आकाश में उड़ने की हो चाहे समुद्र में हो। और यदि मेरी याददाश्त ठीक है तो सबसे पहले जिसने लंदन से सिडनी तक नॉन स्टॉप एक्सपेरिमेंट किया था हवाई जहाज, को एक महिला थी। 16 घंटे उसने हवाई जहाज चलाया था। और एक महिला पहली थी जिसने कि पूरे दक्षिण अफ्रीका से लेकर उत्तर अफ्रीका तक पैदल यात्रा की थी। तो संसार में महिलाओं ने बहुत बड़े काम किए हैं। आपको आश्चर्य होगा कि हमने अपने कैंपस में जब हम सफाई करते थे तो जहाँ ज्यादा झाड़ियाँ होती थी तो मेरी श्रीमती जी कहते नहीं आपसे नहीं होगा, मैं इसको साफ करूंगी। तो इसलिए इस मौके पर हम एक श्रद्धांजलि में रूप में हम महिलाओं का आभार मानते हैं। और धीरे धीरे यदि हमें ईमानदारी है तो महिलाओं को पुरुषों से हर क्षेत्र में अधिक स्थान मिलना चाहिए। वो किसी हमारी कृपा की अधिकारिणी नहीं है कि हमने उनको 30% तक दे दिया, उसी में खुश हो रहे हैं। हुआ ये है, बहुत पहले एक मैंने लेख लिखा था कि कैसे महिला को गुलाम बनाया गया और कैसे उसकी मुक्ति होगी। तो गुलाम तो इसलिए बनाया गया क्योंकि प्रकृति ने महिला को एक ऐसा समय दिया है जिसमें वो लाचार होती है, माँ बनती है, और इस मातृत्व का ही आदमी ने दुरुपयोग किया। जहाँ से एक बार उसको आश्रय की जरूरत पड़ी, वहाँ से फिर वो गुलामी शुरू हो गई। और इसीलिए महिलाओं की आज़ादी भी तभी होगी जब वो पुरुष निरपेक्ष होंगी। क्षमा कीजिएगा, मैं आज जब सोचता हूँ कि इतने गरीब कन्याओं का शादी हो रही है, एक आदमी ने सोचा कि मैं 150 निर्धन कन्याओं की शादी कर दूँगा। मुझे ताज्जुब होता है कि वो केवल शादी की क्यों सोचते हैं, क्यों नहीं सोचता कि मैं लड़की को पढ़ाएं, निर्धन लड़की को। हमारा पूरा ध्यान जो हो गया है, मतलब कि सबसे बड़ी जो जीवन का लक्ष्य रह गया कि किसी तरह से शादी करना। और इसीलिए उसको आज ही नहीं, कालिदास ने भी कहा, अर्थो ही कन्या प्रति सो। जब शकुंतला को विदा करते हैं कौन तो कहते ये कन्या जो है तो पराये का धन है। तो जब ये पराये का धन आप मानेंगे तो फिर समानता का अधिकार नहीं होगा। इसलिए मेरा महिलाओं से भी निवेदन है कि पुरुष निरपेक्ष होकर के रहने की करें। कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि एक नित्य कर्म है, ये जीवन का आवश्यक कर्म है कि हम शादी करें। मैं ये भी नहीं मानता हूँ कि जो अर्धांगिनी होती है, अर्धांगिनी का कॉन्सेप्ट ही गलत है। क्योंकि अगर मेरे शरीर में कहीं दर्द होता है, अगर मेरी अर्धांगिनी होती है तो उसको भी दर्द होना चाहिए था, नहीं होता है। इसलिए महिला आधा पुरुष नहीं है, वो पूरा व्यक्तित्व है। और जिस दिन हम ये समझ जाएंगे उस दिन हमारी सारी समस्याओं का निराकरण हो जाएगा। मैंने अमेरिका में भी देखा, इंग्लैंड में भी देखा, सब जगह कहीं ना कहीं किसी न किसी रूप से महिलाओं का शोषण होते आया है। और वहाँ भी वो स्वतंत्र नहीं है जो ये सोचते हैं। हम तो कम से कम देवी रूप में पूछते तब तो हैं, लक्ष्मी हो, सरस्वती हो, दुर्गा हो, तीनों ये शक्तियाँ हम देवी रूप में मानते तो हैं। लेकिन विदेशों में तो महिला को कई बार केवल अपोजिट सेक्स माना जाता है, और वो भी वीकर सेक्स। चाहे उन्होंने आप उसका नाम बदल दिया हो, फाइन सेक्स भले कह लें, लेकिन महिलाओं की स्थिति नहीं है। आज भी अगर किसी भी समाज में अगर पिता गुजर जाता है किसी परिवार में तो परिवार बिखरता नहीं है, लेकिन अगर माँ गुजर जाती है तो परिवार टूट जाता है। इसलिए मानवता को बचाने के लिए भी वी शुड रिगार्ड द वुमन। ये हमारा ऑब्लिगेशन तो नहीं है कि हम महिलाओं का सम्मान करें, ये हमारी सबसे अच्छी ड्यूटी है कि हम महिलाओं को उनको उचित आदर दें। अगर हम तुम्हें और माता जब पिता कहते हैं तो माता को पहले स्थान दें, तब पिता को स्थान दें। वो चाहे कोई भी क्षेत्र हो, चाहे उद्योग का क्षेत्र हो, चाहे राजनीति का क्षेत्र हो। हमारा अगर बस चले तो गांधी जी भी कहते थे कि मैं पूरी भारत की सत्ता जो है किसी महिला को देना चाहूँगा, लेकिन ये हुआ नहीं। आज भी अभी जब पर्यावरण की बात आ रही है तो वहाँ भी हमें ये सोचना है कि मनुष्य तो पुरुष तो लाचारी में पर्यावरण संरक्षण करता होगा, लेकिन महिलाएं तो जो कि सीधा उनको तो उनका जंगल उनका मायका होता था। और गांव की जो अर्थव्यवस्था है वो सारे जंगल पर निर्भर है और वो जानते हैं किस प्रकार से उनको संरक्षण करना है, पानी का हो चाहे जंगल का हो चाहे वनस्पति का हो। तो मैं क्योंकि इस विषय का विशेषज्ञ नहीं रहा, लेकिन आपने बुलाया मैं आ गया इसलिए, क्योंकि इस उम्र में अब मैं ये नहीं चाहता साहब कि हमने तो कहा था लेकिन वो आए नहीं। आई एम कम्प्लीटली अनफिट फॉर सच एन एकेडमिक गैदरिंग where the foreign delegates are here, but as a humble human being, I accepted your invitation. I came and as I told you, I am not the expert in this subject, but whatever I could say, I have presented myself. Thank you very much.
On behalf of the Department of English and the entire M.B.Govt College, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for gracing our event as the chief guest and delivering an exceptionally insightful speech. Your ability to articulate complex ideas with clarity and relevance showcased not only your expertise, but also your commitment to the subject matter. Your special reference to women as an individual, as an embodiment of power, motherhood and strength, I'm sure makes all the women fraternity feel much stronger today. Once again, thank you for contributing to the success of our event. We now move to the next segment. Flowers are like friends. They bring colors to your world, but books are your world. It is said, give her a flower, it will last a day or two. And give her a book, it will last a lifetime. The Department of English, M.B.Govt PG College Haldwani, takes extreme pride in being part of the drive, Give Books, Not Bouquets. A motto accentuating sustenance of knowledge over beauty, initiated by the department itself. We strictly believe that books are keys to wisdom's treasure. Books are gates to land of pleasures. Books are path that upward lead. Books are friends, come, let us read. And to keep up to this tradition, we will now felicitate our guests with our small tokens of appreciation and gratitude. I would request our principal sir to kindly felicitate our chief guest, Dr. Matpal, with our token of thankfulness and gratitude. Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Mahesh Kumar to kindly come up and felicitate Professor P.C. Kavidayal. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request Dr. Nainital Uttarakhand to kindly give the token of appreciation to Dr. Alicia Funcio. I would now request our AD ma'am, AD Higher Education and Director nominee for today to kindly present the book to Dr. Nainital Hidalgo. I would now request Dr. C.S. Negi to kindly share our token of gratitude to Dr. Wan. There. I would invite Dr. Rekha Joshi to kindly felicitate Dr. Lam.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to invite Dr. Dheeraj from Delhi. Thank you everybody. Thank you Matpal sir, Padma Shri Matpal ji. It's a blessing to have you around. Thank you sir. I would like to invite Dr. Kavita after this. Dr. Kavita is Associate Professor at the Department of English. She is a good friend of ours. She is a voracious reader. Ma'am, please extend vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shiv. Good afternoon, all of you. I am here to give vote of thanks in this inaugural session of International Conference. Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks on the occasion of International Conference on Gender Roles and Green Concepts. First of all, I would like to thank all the honorable guests, India and overseas, who blessed us with their presence, especially our chief guest, Dr. Yashodhar Matpal sir, Dr. P.D.C. Kavidayal, Dr. Alicia Sinsu, Dr. Nainital Hidalgo, Dr. Miss Len, and Dr. Tasi Thin Wan. Apart from that, I want to thank many other dignitaries, Dr. A.P. Singh sir, Dr. Paneru, Dr. Chaudhary, Dr. Dinesh Sharma sir, Dr. A.S. Adhikari sir, and if I am forgetting other name, I am sorry for that. And I also want to thank on behalf of the organizing committee, the advisory committee of our college, as well as the members in this committee from other universities as well. Our words are not enough to thank their constant guidance and support to shape the conference. On behalf of the organizing committee, I also convey our deep regards and thanks to our principal sir, Dr. N.S. Bankoti, for his mentorship, support, guidance, and free-hand access to all for organizing this conference. I would also like to thank the other persons of the other departments of our college, particularly Dr. Mahesh Kumar sir, Dr. C.S. Negi sir, Dr. Suresh Tamta sir, Dr. Tanuja Malkani, Dr. Rekha Joshi, Dr. Naval Lohni, Dr. Shekhar Kumar, Dr. Kamika Chaudhary, Dr. Mamta Adhikari, for their constant support and guidance to materialize this conference. And today my words are not enough to express the gratitude to our 3 research scholars of the department, Bhavesh Pathak, Nirmal Mehta, Gulnaz Ali, who constantly worked energetically and enthusiastically, not in a pressure, with Dr. Nilofer ma'am and contributed in shaping this conference. At last, I would like to thank our beloved head of the department, Professor Nilofer Akhtar, for organizing this conference. It was entirely her initiation, though time and again in the brochure, in the hoardings, in the flaxes, Department of English is written, but it is entirely her hard work, her dream project, her issue handling, and because of that, this conference got its present frame. Her energetic guidance, radiated a source of energy within the department. We all ever remain grateful to you, ma'am, for providing this platform to all of us. Thanks a lot. In the last, I am very much thankful to the entire M.B.PG Parivar, teaching and non-teaching staff members. I also want to thank our PG students, Tripti, Chainika, Sarthak, Paras, Shrishti, Sanjita, Ranjit, Payal, Harshita, Pradeep and Mayank, who were always available with us during the entire preparation and are still with us. So thanks to all of you for joining us. And at last, I will not thank to this man, Dr. Shiv Sheth. He will kill me. Thanks Sheth and thanks Ash.
Thank you, Dr. Kavita. I would like to hold you back for a moment. I guess Dr. Dheeraj is here. He wanted to be here and Dr. Dheeraj, please come onto the dais. He wanted to felicitate, but he said it's a secret. It's a secret, he said. So, yeah. You, please, mic is yours.
Hello everyone, I am Dheeraj Kumar, PhD scholar in Jamia Millia Islamia, and I am a filmmaker and academic advisory member of World Environment Council. This is gift for Nilofer Madam and M.B.PG College. These are the educational video programs. There are a lot of programs in this packet. This will help all the PhD student and other students also.
Thank you, Dr. Dheeraj, for gifting video program. This could be the starting point of a language lab in the department where we have a token from Delhi, and rest will be, we'll be looking up to Principal Sir for the seed money for the language lab. That could be our takeaway. Thank you, Dr. Dheeraj. Okay, there is a slight change in the schedule. We were expecting a tea break, but then we had a working tea. We are running behind the schedule. After this, we have concluded the inaugural session. We'll move to the next session where we'll have 3 speakers. It's an hour's long session, and then we'll head straight away into the lunch. Dr. Alicia, Dr. Hidalgo, and Mr. Suresh Matpalji will be speaking on 3 different topics immediately after this. So we would like all 3 speakers to come on the dais, and I request all the dignitaries to join us with audience. Thank you. May I invite and Mr. Suresh Matpalji. Matpalji, please join us. We have two ways to go about this. I will leave it to the speakers. All three can speak in tandem, and we take the questions later, or we go by one. First, after first speaker, we take Q&A, and then we go move on to the next. Whichever way you is
At the last.
Dr. Mamta, are the presentations ready?
Sir, I don't have the presentation.
Okay. Alicia?
देखने का टाइम
Okay, good afternoon everyone. Good day actually, right? So actually I'm not so comfortable if I talk and I just stand still. But we don't have any microphone in hand. So yeah. I have to introduce myself. I'm Alicia. I'm from Indonesia actually. But for 5 years I've been working, I study PhD and I continue become a postdoc in Taiwan. So my friend joked that I'm Indo-Taiwan, Indonesian Taiwan. So I really feel grateful that I finally can reach Haldwani city after 27 hours trip from Taichung city in Taiwan until Haldwani. But thank you very much for the very warm welcome, friendly, so I can sleep well last night, and today I recharge. And I'm really glad to see my friends that I met in Bali in November 2023. And really also grateful to see my good friend, Professor Rajbir Singh. You can stand up because you come very far from Saharanpur to meet me here. Yes. Yeah. And his ex-student, my young friend, Satendra Panwar. Please, Dr. Satendra Panwar. Yeah. So I've been friends with them. I don't know how, but I believe that's from God. And then suddenly somebody recommended me to be connected for the Indian Association under Gochal Educational Welfare Society to have the conference in Indonesia, and I've been there. So I met Dr. Nilofar there. When I met her, I just feel like sisters, friends. And I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name, but...
Dr. Shakiba.
Dr. Shakiba, and yes, you. They are very good dancer. I remember that. And if I'm not mistaken, I was taken as one of the jury for the poster by the time. If I'm not mistaken, when I see Sri Matpal, I remember, if I'm not mistaken, there is one poster talking about him, isn't it? Poster about, somebody, the participant of the conference, have writing something, he made poster, and talking about this guy, creation arts or something. But I really forgotten the details, but I still have remember because I have to check one by one poster. So actually my background is electrical engineering. It's very far away from the English language, right? But everything can be related together. When we talk about education, when we talk about the environment, when we talk about the sustainability, especially when we talk about the gender, everything can be related. It all depends on how we do. Because just now, the speech from Professor Kavidaya talked about how do we make the friends, right? So I'm thinking when I listen all those speech, even though half English, half Hindi, but he asking me, do you understand Hindi? I said no, but half English, half Hindi, so it's okay. So for me, when you do something, the process never betray the result. If you do very hard process, for the secretary, the one who say thank you, the last one says it's hard process to start this conference. But if you successful in the process, the result should be good. Sometimes people says no, that's wrong. Result cannot betray the process. I say no, for me no. Because when we talk result cannot be betray the process, let's say we have the exam, then the students doing the trick or they do some bad things and then they got good result. The calculation is good, but the process is not the right because they are taking from other students. Maybe they do the trick inside. So result is good, but process not good. When he graduate, I don't think he can, stand up or stand under the pressure. But if you do the result, I'm teaching in electrical engineering and environment. So normally, a teacher not only looking at the result of the calculation, but how he do this process and this process and this process. Even though the result is wrong, maybe wrong calculation, it's okay if the process is good. So that is how it works. Okay, I'm not a very smart student, but I'm very naughty student when I was studying. Yes, then this is the result of being naughty but smart. Yeah, I prefer to say smart rather than intelligent. I like smart. Smart means when you have some problem, you know how to get some solution. Okay, and one more, please be yourself. Make friends as many as possible. After you got friends, I have friends, Honey. I met Honey 3-4 years ago in the conference, and I make friends with her. I make friends with Nilova. I met her 2 years ago, and other people. I make friends with him, even though he's young. And we learn more from them. And your life can have impact in everywhere. Even though you're not doing anything, you are there, you already have impact, you can empower other people, isn't it? Okay? That's why now I'll try to talk about the gender and sustainability. Yeah, here is that. And I take special topic is empowering women for community resilience and sustainability. Harnessing the potential of women in addressing climate change. Because I have my background in the biotechnology, but I'm not going to talk about that one. And I am not teaching here, I'm sharing experience, okay? Because everybody are teachers and students. But we want to empower each other. So, empowered women can empowering women. When we talk about gender, we have 3 types of gender, like Professor Nilova says, but I think doesn't mean that I don't want to talk about the men. No, but I'm focusing to empower women so they can balancing the life, support each other in the household and then in the community, and maybe from here you can get some ideas how to do. So small things, but we can empower one people from the whole population. It can have change many years later. So you make change for the world. Next, please. Oh, next slide, please. Okay. Oh, maybe you can pass this one. I already introduced myself. No, back one. Yeah. So I come from Samratulangi University in Indonesia. This is my university. We have 11 faculty and one of a postgraduate study program, and we have kind of like 20,000 something students with from different faculty departments, and like 1,500 professors, lecturers. Next, please. And I work here also at Fongcheng University as a part-time teacher, and a little bit funny, I'm teaching language in Taiwan, Fongcheng University, but I teach Indonesian language. So they recruit me as a language teacher in Taiwan. So yeah, even though we are from different background, but we try to relate each other. Next, please. So I'm talking now about the gender and sustainability. So nowadays, everybody or every country, every nation focus on these 17 goals, sustainable development goals. But in my topic now, I pointed more to number 4, number 5, number 13, and number 17. Number 4 is thank you. Number 4 is quality education, because we all teachers, and yeah, I'm a little bit, when I study, I'm a little bit how to say, argue with my professor. I say I want to talk more, concentrate on the education, quality of education, with whatever our background, because we are working as a professor, so everything we have to, relate it to the education. Like Srimat Pal talking that I don't understand in Hindi, but the professor next to me translate me. He says like rich people wants their children to get married rather than education, but we have to change that to have education first. And then, because we are talking about the gender, so number 5 is also have to be focused. And I myself talk about the environmental. It's now how to tackle the climate change with one single activities. And of course, this one is very important. That's why we are here, for the partnership, make friends. Okay, next please. So, according to WHO, World Health Organization, what is gender? Gender definition is characteristic of women, men, or girls and boys that are socially constructed. So actually there is like 3, masculine, feminine, and nature. But now I concentrate into the women. But even though I'm talking about like women empowerment, I'm not so interested to the feminist strike and everything. No, for me, women empowerment is how you empower yourself as a woman, as a mother, as a sister, as a female teacher, how you empower yourself. Next, please. So why they are important? Why women are important? This is 5, the 4 keys. I think Dr. Hani you cannot see because you have to turn your back, then you can see why you are important in the world. Okay? Do you know why you are important? So women are important because first, women are the key to the sustainable development and quality of life. Why? We back to women nature. What is women nature? Anybody knows? What is the nature of the women? Nourishing, okay?
Caregiver. Create.
Okay.
Creator.
Okay. There is 2 very important that men cannot do.
Creation.
Yes. Give birth. You cannot give birth, okay? Okay. So pregnancy and giving birth, that is the nature of women. So after we give birth, then we just don't care about the children, or how? Of course we care. Once the women have children, during the pregnancy, there is some change inside the woman itself. The motherly, maybe you see the drama. Normal people will see it's normal, but you are crying already because it's changed, So when you give birth to children, I don't think you will just let them grow by themselves. No, you have to nourish him, you have to milk him, you have to take care, cooking for him. That's why people think, some people, especially for young girls, they say, no, women don't have to cook at home. My daughter sometimes, no, women don't have to cook at home. I said, no, it all depends on you. Once you have children, your love will be grown. Then you cannot say, no, I don't want to cook for you. Up to you, you want to find food where? No, right? We have to take care. Then, who is the one who gives the children to us? Is women only do by himself or herself? There is the roles of the man, right? That is how the love grows. Oh yeah, today I have to congratulate Dr. Hani and his husband, her husband. They have a 19 years wedding anniversary today. Yeah, that's good. That's nice, I just remembered. And this is not a plan, okay? Anyway, next. Because, no. Get back to the slide before. Yeah. So next is mother. Woman is a mother in the family. The most often urge children of both genders to attend and stay in school. I think every mother is very talkative. Have you doing your homework? Do you have class now? Why you are still sleeping? Always, right? I think every mother in all the world, including me, is like that. But sometimes when I see my daughters too much homework, I say, okay, one homework no need for you to do. Too much. You coming home very late, you still have to do extracurricular, and at home you keep on doing the homework. No. Let you get some, because sometimes they give only the letter to the parents that children not doing homework. So I say, okay, sometimes it's okay, I don't care. But my daughter have to have time for herself, because I want them to be themselves. Not too much pressure from the school, because the balance of the life is no good if like that. Maybe I'm a little bit different, yeah. But that is how I raise my children. And then next, women are the primary caretakers of children and elders in every country of the world. If I see in Taiwan, many Indonesian workers, Vietnam, Philippines workers work in Taiwan. So mostly who are become a caregiver for the elderly are women. I never see men taking care of the babies or the elderly. So women are the primary caretakers. Why? Anybody knows why? Why? Because we have a sensible, I cannot explain by words, but when we see something, it needs help, it will something, right? We are doing it. So that's why women is a primary caretakers. And the last one, women in rural community are the key agents for development. This is very important. I will talk about this one later for what we did last time. So, they are key agents for development because women take care of the children, cooking at home, helping the husband, how they cook at home. If there is no money, okay, they have to get firewood in the woods, in the forest for hours and hours, cooking for hours and hours, eyes get smoke, cough with the, so they are the agents for development. We have to empower them to get the new style of life. Then they can empower their children. Next, please. Yeah. This is, we call it Kartini. He is a heroine in Indonesia for women emancipation. So she was, from the rich family. We have like king in the small county. We call it Raden. So she was in a rich family, but she feel by the time, because she lives 1879 to 1905, so she feel that there is some unbalance between men and women education. So by that time, the rich man, the king children cannot go everywhere she wants, stay at home. So what she do is she write letters to her friends and encourage them to study, empower them. So, oh, I got only 3 minutes left. I thought it's 20 minutes already. Oh my God, still long. And then, so she write the very famous book, After a Pitch Dark Night Comes a New Beautiful Morning. That is a very famous book of her. And it encouraged women. We celebrate her birthday every 21st of April. Next, please. You can see also the woman. And this is a woman from my hometown, heroine also. He is about I don't know how long he lived, but many years ago. And she also became an inspiration for all women in our hometown. And this woman is somebody I know very well, that I got all the inspiration and I see the example how to live as a leader, as a strong leadership, smart decision maker, kind-hearted and caring teacher, understanding and caring mother, very supportive wife, warm and loving grand. She's my mother. And she was a teacher. She passed away in 2010. Yeah. My parents, my father and mother are teachers. Yeah, and they are the one who diverted me to be a teacher. I didn't want to be a teacher, I want to be an engineer. Then he says, you try. So finally I find my passion as a teacher. Okay, and I have my children, I have 2 daughters only. So I invite them come to Taiwan to study, to see the example I show. I don't teach them, wording and scold them, no. Just look what mommy do, and if you think it's good, you follow. No good, you just leave. That is how I start. Next, please. So, 3 of us become engineers. I am electrical engineer. The first daughter are architect, but urban planning, and the small one is aerospace engineer. Yeah. Next, please. So why women have to be empowered? Because it's very essential to the health and social and benefit the economies, And women are the backbone of the society because we are give birth to children and then create the next generation, become very talkative mother at home. Now, of course, the children will angry, but they will realize when they grow up that is my mother and they will be very proud of us. And empowering women and girls, strengthening the economies and reducing the poverty. Because when you are empowered, like see so many young girls here, so you can learn more, and then we are not only talking, but we can show the example. Next, please. So I make it fast. Sorry, sit. I still have. Next, please. Next slide. There is 5 categories of women can be empowered. First, in the social things, educational, economic, political, and psychological. So that is one of the psychology here. And then for me, I will talk about the education because that is my field, and I'm not talking about this political. But what we did last time in Indonesia as one of the pilot project also touched the social, education, and economic. Next, please. And why women have part in climate change? We know what is climate change now, right? Like for Indonesia, last time when I was small, we only have 2 seasons, dry season and rainy season. Dry season between April to October, rainy season October to April. But now, we only have 2 seasons, hot and hotter. Hot and hotter. It means very hot, yes. So because of climate change, so this always problem not only for men, but also for women, because it's a problem for the whole population in the world. And whole population in the world, it means including women and children. So we have to know why and how to tackle it. Next, please. This is how I found in the internet. This is from Bangladesh. I think this situation have a flood there. And this is somewhere in Africa, how the women have to go very far away to find water. So why women? Because they are the one who taking care all the cooking things at home, while the men have work. Because normally when men have work outside and women taking care of the household, so they have to find the solution if some problem. Next, please. Then we should empower the women from the education. Next. Next slide. So there is 5 ways how to empower the women, but later you can take my slide, but I will concentrate on this, empower women through small holders, because that's what we did in 2018 until this year, last year, 2023, because now it's just new year. Next, please. So increasing the productivity of the woman, because I'm working or I'm studying, my background is green energy technology. So we have studied some things like biogas production, and we are not only study in the lab, but we built the pilot plant. Next, please. Of course, it's not me who built the pilot plant, but our team. Then there is a professor, and there is my classmates. And we have built it in Indonesia, in Manado City, my hometown, in 2018, whereby we also teach some students. Next, please. And this is the process. Why we build it? Because by the time 2014, there is a big flood in Indonesia, in my hometown, in Manado City, and the governor moved the victim because they lost their house, they lost their people, the children, husband, wife, mother, many people lost, and the government relocate them to the safe place. But the problem is there is no electrical power enough for them. So our research group wants to teach the people there how the waste can turn to the energy, then they can use it as a electrical power or cooking fuel. Next, please. And we also involved the government. He was vice mayor, because the stakeholder on doing this one is involved the government, university, and the community. Next, please. So this is what we did, because I also write the paper, already published it, and I did myself the research. When we built this is a very big biogas system production, I also checked the biofertilizer, that production of the biogas, to put at the plantation. This is chili. Chili is very expensive now in my hometown, and chili is the most ingredients in Manado City cuisine. That's why I love spicy, because we live with that one. Next, please. And this is how we did. So the biogas taken from the slaughterhouse, there is a cow dung, and the waste. The waste, normally people fry the banana and then the skin they just throw away. So rather than it smell, we take it and then we put in the biogas system. So after that, it produces the biogas, then can use for cooking, and then produce the biogas, we convert to electric, can use for electric, and then the biofertilizer we can use to be a fertilizer. So this is how we did already with the big system. We call it two-stage system, from the waste to hydrogen to methane. Next, please. So finally, from that system, I make the model, we call it synergy model, symbiosis energy model, because this one have the benefits for the community. So it has social benefits, education benefits, economic benefits, and environmental benefits. Like we saw the 5 categories we can empower, right? So this is a very small practices. Next, please. And I just skip this one. About next, please. I want next. Now we disseminate the technology. Next. Wait a minute. Next, please. Now I tell you, wait a minute. Now, this is the thing. From the big system, the governor take the idea and they make a small system using the local material that can affordable to be implemented in the village. Next, please. She's the one of the leader in the government. So we make the small or the simple biogas system using the local material. Next, please. And then this is how we empower the people there. We teach. This is very dark. Women, we invite the women and then we teach them how to do and how to use, because they have to take the food waste and then put in the biodigester and then wait for a few days and it will become a gas. So they can use the gas for cooking rather than buy in the tank. Next, please. This is how we do, so you can learn later. Next. Next, please. I want to show you how. Next. So, this is real thing that we did. After we make the simple biogas plant digester, then we use the biofertilizer to pour in the plantation. So it will be helpful for the household, especially during COVID last time. So we can grow our own production for at least your household meals. Right? Next. And we distributed, this is Manado City, my hometown, and we distributed it to the small island nearby the hometown. And people who live in that small island are like lower economy, so they are very happy. Next, please. When the government helped them to build, because this is support from the government, and to install it, testing it. Next. And distributing it, including to the, bring with the boat to the islands, and then training them, all the women, to use that biogas system. Next, please. So after that, I checked the environmental assessment. Then it is next. Then it is totally environmental friendly because it's only 11% for the human toxicity. It means not dangerous for human. And global warming also only 27%. So it is very environmental friendly because it takes from the waste, agriculture waste, to be a biogas. So it's a natural. Next, please. And it's also already published. And 5 years later, when I went to Indonesia, next, please. 2 months ago, I checked. I went to this village and I met the women who were supported by the government to put the biogas system, and then they use it. She used it, and she was one of the leader of the, there is some organization of women, and she also can open small canteen to sell things. And now her husband was sick, so she is the one who exchanged her husband to get some income and to help the household. She has children and grandchildren already. They all go to school. Normally, she only the cleaning lady at the roadside under the government pay like daily like that. So she's very helpful. I'm grateful. I make an interview and then she's using the biogas system. And then next, please. She also grows some plants. See, he used the biofertilizer and then pour there. So next, please. So you see, under my interview, so before she used the biogas, she had to spend at least 2 hours to get some wood every week, and then spent more than 1.5 hours to cook. And then he got some problems with eyes and breathing because the smoke from the firewood, and she needs to buy more cylinder gas, more than 2 every month. But after using the biogas, he just gets some extra income rather than she go to the forest to get firewood. So he used that time normally he's spending, but now he's earning money to help the family. And then he spent only maximum 1.5 hours to cook. It means he cook morning, daylight and evening, totally 1.5 hours. And then there is no problem with ice and smoke, and he only needs 1 cylinder gas per month to help her, to support her to cook. Next, please. So that's all my presentation, and then I hope this is only an example. You don't have to do biogas if you don't know, because it's not your expertise. But you can do something wonder, because empowered women, you are already empowered in the academy, in the education. I'm sure you can empower women. Okay? Start with friendship. Then we can continue. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Alicia. It was wonderful. You have done the complete life cycle analysis. You have embedded EIA into it. So, and there is a post-project sustainability component. This is where most of the project failed. This has lived after 5 years, withdrawal of the government support. This is still working, people are using. That's the success of any intervention funded by government or any of the government agency. Yeah, so thank you for such a lovely presentation. Now I would like to invite Dr. Helen Hidalgo. Ma'am, you have 20 minutes. Thank you. Please.
It's already afternoon, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Hani Hidalgo. Just call me Hani. I don't mind the titles. Before I start, I would like to thank this opportunity to Dr. Rajbir for introducing me to Dr. Nilufar, and of course through the friendship with Alicia. Without these people, I'm just connecting the friendship thing with what is happening now. Without these people, I wouldn't be here, we wouldn't be here, and we won't be able to have this one shared vision, and it's to share our knowledge, our experience with other people, with other culture. So good afternoon again, good afternoon everyone, and I'm here to talk about the green, green tourism towards community development. So I'm wearing the two hats now. I'm wearing the hat of a professor who is into teaching and research, and I'm also wearing the hat of a tourism operator, because as they say, you have to empower yourself, you have to empower women so that you can be an example to your students, so that you can be a genuine example of them, of how you are empowering the people in your community. So I will be talking about how we were able to integrate green concepts in our farm, because last 5 years ago, our farm was just an ordinary, a very idle farm, but now it's a working, operational, and it's been in the news, and we have been receiving awards from this. So yes, next slide please. So the content of this talk is on the tourism pros and cons, sustainable or green tourism, the green tourism and community development initiatives, and then the policy challenges behind this. Next slide, please. So I don't know if you consider tourism as part of your basic necessity, but I think we have data to prove this. And right now, probably because tourism is part of our genes, the world genes, because our ancestors were nomads before. We are in a nomadic, we have this nomadic quality in us. So if you would notice that during the COVID pandemic, there were no travel, there were no tourism involved. But after that, they felt the need, and even during that, there are already some movements, and that's because people need work-life balance, and tourism is one way to balance our stressful work life. And next slide, please. This is my prove why tourism is really a big industry. Pre-pandemic, 2017 and 2016, tourism is already on top of the export earnings worldwide. And after the, next slide please, and after the pandemic, still a top earner. Tourism, travel and tourism is still a top earner. Next slide please. So tourism accounts pre-pandemic. In 2019, it accounts for 10.4% of the world's GDP. But in after pandemic, it has, next slide please, it has turned into 7.6% of the total global domestic productions, GDP. So it's still a major contributor in our economy. So that means tourism is really a big industry, but unfortunately there are some downside of it. Next slide please. So the downside of tourism is that it has become a major source of greenhouse gas emission, and that's why the Bioman is here to help us improve our condition on this rising technology. And then it puts also pressure on natural resources through overconsumption. I remember the talk of our chief guest, Professor PC. He mentioned that if you know your limitations, you can save the nature. There are also exploitation in the local culture, and that's why it's because of this overconsumption, over-demand of tourism. So we tend to forget our limitations, the carrying capacity of a place, and also our activities, which could ruin a place design and natural resources. Okay, next slide please. So I would like to showcase I came from the Philippines, and they said if you're from the Philippines, you have the best beaches in the world. So this is Boracay Island. I don't know if you have heard of this, but it's one of the famous island, white beach island in the Philippines. For several years, it has been visited, it's popular, because of its popularity, it has been visited by a lot of foreigners. That it tends to exploit the local culture and even the natural resources. And because of this over-exploitation, our beaches become so polluted. But it takes a will to do that, to change that. So our president then, President Rodrigo Duterte, made a policy of closing the island to all foreign tourists, foreign and local tourists, because they wanted to rehabilitate the island. And after a few years, it has been rehabilitated into this. So this is again an example of it should not only it's actually a conglomeration of the consumers' will, the government's will, and all the enablers of the tourism industry. Next slide, please. And everyone is clamoring for sustainable tourism. Like even after the pandemic, people changed their behaviors. People changed their perspective of tourism. They don't want the mass tourism. They are more likely to uphold this sustainable alternative tourism. And this can be in the form, next slide please, in the form of ecotourism, nature-based tourism, rural tourism, agritourism, and community tourism. But in all this kind of tourism, we have to look into the three pillars of sustainability. And these are, next slide please, the social justice. Of course, we don't forget people who work for this. And then economic development and environmental integrity. So these are the three aspects of sustainability: the economy, the people, and profit. Environment, the economy, the people, and then the environment. Okay, so I remember one instance in the Philippines. There was one area there that we have this whale-shark interaction, and because this is located in a far-flung area, there are so many rebels, rebels in that area. So what the government did was to provide employment to the rebels as the tourist guide. So they have employment, they change their work. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are anchored from the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and these are incorporated in the three components of the sustainable tourism. Next slide, please. Everybody wants to hope for a greener forms of growth. That's why you have this kind of conference, the green concepts and green initiatives. Next slide, please. And greening the tourism industry doesn't only mean providing us with circular economy models, but it's like more of putting into perspective some green concepts like ethical and local resources, the use of local resources, some renewable energy systems. We make use of the digital infrastructure system. Instead of printing flyers for tourism, we just post it on the social media. And we have also green experiences, which I will be sharing to you now. Okay, next slide, please. So we have also to understand that we have already a conscious tourists. After the pandemic, it changed our perspective. And these conscious tourists are those completely different way of seeing and being and doing small-scale tourism, which involves visiting the natural areas without while minimizing some environmental impact. So it's just more of little intervention on the environment. Next slide, please. And also, I mentioned earlier that the will of the government is very important. Like in the Philippines, the government's role in promoting small-scale farms is to make them farm tourism models. So they dress up the farms and make them attractive to visitors. Next slide, please. So I mentioned earlier that I also an example of how I turned myself, because in the family I'm the only woman in the family. Most my siblings are all male, my brothers, but I was the one who initiated to turn our farm into a green tourism concept. So we call this farm as a nesting place. But my brother is an agricultural engineer, my another brother is a digital animator. So it was me, a woman, who initiated the change in this farm. Okay. We have been awarded by the Global Agritourism Network. Actually, it's from India. If you know Pandurang Tawari, he's the father of agritourism in India. And we have been awarded as one farm that promotes advocacy to community. Okay, next slide, please. So this is now our farm from the idle farm, and we have turned it into something else during the pandemic. By the way, this is a pandemic baby farm because at the height of the pandemic, we transformed this into something that will create wellness to our neighbors and the community. Next slide, please. So this is we invested in wellness. I'm not sure. We invested in wellness. So we made use of the local resources. It's just a cool drone with some herbs in the farm. And the foreign tourists are very happy with this. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, then we invited the media to cover our, we got the attention actually of the media because of the good feedbacks from the visits, from the wellness, from the green concepts. And the next slide, please. We initiated also, we are the only farm tourism in our area, in our province, who has this solar powered system. So we are now generating clean electricity. Okay. Next slide, please. And we all know that sustainability is an issue, so we partnered with a lot of institutions, and that's what Alicia has been telling us earlier. We partner so that we can have this shared vision. Okay. And through partnership, we were able to cascade our vision to our community. to our advocacy, for them to learn also the green concepts in tourism. Next slide, please. And we became a bridge of science to communities. We teach them the technology We became a bridge of technology and community. And then next slide, please. We had formal farm classes. These are actually our neighbors in the farm. They are members of the community. Next slide, please. So they learn how to identify properly, scientific way of identifying pests and diseases. Next slide, please. Even if they have no formal education in agriculture. Then we empowered women and youth in our area. Okay, next slide, please. And then we encourage our tourists as caretakers of our environment. And next slide, please. Because we have this, we anchored our initiative with what really we can offer. Because what the tourist wants are attraction, food, activities, and what people have, what the community have are natural scenery, farm, and culture. So everything is there. You just need to have an enabler. You just need to have somebody who will put this into its proper perspective. Okay, next slide, please. And this is the tourism value chain, where a lot of parties can be involved. If you have a tourist destination, a farm tourism, everybody in the community can be involved. They can provide the farm products, they can provide for the food, supply for souvenirs, supply for activities, maintenance of the farm. Everybody can be you can actually make use of the community as an employment, part of the employment in your farm. And then, what I am most worried about is because a few governments recently take into seriously go into a serious policies on if you are initiating a green concept or green tourism, they don't actually make serious policy on this. So probably it would be a good time for us to discuss what could be the incentives of those who have initiated green concepts, green tourism, green industries, green practices in their various fields, in their industries, and what could be the incentive and rewards from the government sector. And of course, there are trade-offs from conventional farming. I have experienced that, from income to the choices of the preference of the consumers. And we are calling for more enablers towards green tourism, because if people will be, if tourists would see this as one industry that is coming into popularity, then probably they could also change their perspective of choosing a destination. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, that's the end. So nature has its own way of putting things into perspective, and we just need people like you who can be enablers, who can be the operator, who can be the mastermind of how things can be put into perspective. So thank you very much, and have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you. In the next chain of event, this was a very, it's an extremely recent perspective. Post-COVID, we have all gone through a syndrome, and it's now known as revenge tourism. So when people are in that mode of a tourism, why not bring in a green tourism which preserves nature, a different perspective of nature, embedding it in tourism. Thank you for this lovely presentation. I would like to invite Mr. Sureshji. You have 10 minutes to work on. I'm sorry, we are already spilling on the time. Yeah, please come.
Namaskar, good afternoon. Respected Chief Guest, delegates, scholars and my students. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to share my experiences or gender, environment and sustainability. Actually, I am a development professional working for last 33 years in grassroots level development and was associated with various projects of World Bank, Asian Development Bank, International Fund for Agriculture Development, UNDP and many more other government programs also. And I am a PhD in Forest Sciences and MBA in Rural Management. So I will share my experiences from a project where I am presently associated. This project is being funded by International Fund for Agricultural Development, which is a United Nations project and under the aegis of Rural Development of Uttarakhand. So this project is known as a REAP project, Rural Enterprise Acceleration Project, and the main objective of the project is to double the income of rural community, mainly the women and the youths, and to reduce distress migration. In the hills, there are three main problems which are directly associated with the women, rural women. These are mainly the high workload of women. The second is the male migration, mainly in search of job, employment, and the third is the environmental degradation. So this project aims to reduce these three problems also. Okay, no problem. And I will also share some of the success stories which are from the field, from Uttarakhand only, and which are mainly related to community-based responsible tourism and community-managed cafeterias and community-managed input-output centers and growth centers. So the REAP project is being implemented in whole Uttarakhand in all the 95 development blocks. If we see in Nainital there are 8 development blocks and there are 469 villages, Gram Panchayats, where this program is being implemented, and it is now 1 year completed, and we have some success stories from the field also, and we are working with the community groups which are mainly the self-help groups, SHGs, which are organized into cluster level federations which are registered under self-reliant cooperative acts, जिसे हम लोग वो सहकारिताएं भी कहते हैं. तो ऐसे हमारा पूरे अगर हम नैनीताल में देखें तो नैनीताल में there are 50 such cluster level federations and there are more than 5,000 self-help groups. And so the main activities in this project, this is the project, and I am the project manager of this REAP project in Nainital district. So the main, as I already mentioned, the main goal and objective is to contribute the doubling of income of rural households and to reduce distress migration. And by the other objectives are to increase the levels of employment of rural population through intensification of cluster-based climate resilient production systems और climate smart agriculture को promote करना एक इसका बहुत important है. Yeah, promotion of both farm and off-farm enterprises through ecosystem supportive to enterprise development. And we have given a mission, empower sustainable and prosperous Nainital to achieve our goals. And it is being implemented in all the 8 development blocks of Nainital district and covering more than 5,000 community institutions, mainly the self-help groups, producer groups and the cluster level federations and the FPOs. Next. This is the figure of administrative figure of Nainital districts. We have 8 blocks and 479 Gram Panchayats, then 48 clusters. These are livelihood collectives, 13 livelihood collectives, 37 cluster level federations, and similarly more than 5,457 SHGs, producer groups, VPGs, and these are the village organizations, 359, and this is the household population. So with whom we are working. Next. This is the map of Nainital district with all the 8 development blocks. Next. Actually, I was invited at the last time, so I have this project, this presentation only.
These are the block-wise demographic and value chain profile. We are working on value chain concept. So in Nainital district, we have more than 20 value chains which are covered under farm, non-farm and off-farm sectors, which covers agriculture also, horticulture also, animal husbandry also, tourism also and other non-farm sectors also. So for each development block, we have selected 3 prominent value chains. Mainly related to spices, related to millets, related to off-season vegetables, mushroom, honey, and handicraft products. So these all value chains will be managed through the respective cluster level federations, which are already there. Prior to this project, there is a project which is going parallelly that was called as NRLM, National Rural Livelihood Mission. So the base was received from there, and we have to promote their business and to make them entrepreneurs. Next. So these are the mainly primary inputs, value chain based enterprises in Nainital districts. As I have already told that there are more than 20 such value chains which has been identified in Nainital districts and related to agriculture, horticulture, animal husbandry, tourism and many more. So next. So this is the value chain implementation strategy. We are working with SHGs and producer groups, and there is a USRLM, means a Rural Livelihood Mission, which have organized the community into self-help group, and the role is to promote their business. Next. And these are some of the startup works which was completed under the project, like facilitation of Goat Valley project, then millets project, ultra poor. We have identified more than 1,000 ultra poor families whom we are supporting a sum of rupees 35,000 each for initiating their activities which are related to their resources, skills and interests. Then broiler farm activity. Then we are also promoting this female paravets which are called as Pashu Sakhi under the program. Next. These are mainly related to livelihood activities, and these are some of the activities which are related to sales and marketing of the existing infrastructure. Like we have supplied more than 7,000 keychains and other souvenir products for our Char Dham routes, which is about 3 lakhs business of the local community. Similarly, there are 5 Vilans kitchen, then 3 Indra Amma canteens are there, then 23 Hilans mobile outlets are there, 13 Hilans wooden outlets are there in the Nainital district, from which the produce which are produced by the SHGs or the women members is marketed. Similarly, we have 3 growth centers, agro processing, traditional crop aggregation and souvenirs and other things which we are promoting. We are also strengthening the institution and market support activities by linking 29 cluster level federations, livelihood collectives and promoting their business, and also promoting marketing tie-ups. Next. These are some of the income generation activities which are promoting in Nainital district. The main is this broiler unit, and which is the main activity of the extreme poor families. Next. These are some other souvenirs and other products which are being marketed through various stalls and trade fairs. In Haldwani also there was recently a fair by Ijabani Mahotsav was organized in the month of November, where more than 500 SHGs from all over in Nainital participated and marketed their produce. Next. This is a brief profile of the business done by this institution, and in the last 6 months about 1.5 crores of business was done by these institutions which are organized in the livelihood collectives and cooperatives. Next. Next. These are the business figures of our livelihood collectives. Yeah. Then 45 lady paravets or the Pasu Sakhis were selected from various project clusters for catering the veterinary services at the doorstep of the community. and out of which 14 were trained at Pashu Lok, Rishikesh. Next. These are some of the activities. These are ultra poor selection. We have given support to 274 and about 95 lakhs of support was given to them for initiating their livelihood activities and securing their livelihoods. Next. The Hilans is a brand of Uttarakhand which is meant for promoting the products of Uttarakhand. So we are promoting these products to the national and international market. Next. These are the various community-made products range in Nainital. We have fruit products, we have juice, jams, spices and other gift products. Then spices, herbs, apple products, which is the folk art of Uttarakhand. Handicraft products, driftwood products, candle works, ringal, bamboo works, jute work, painting, clay, organic honey and various others. Next. Next. Quarterly review is being done. Next. These are the main accomplishments of the project of last 1 year. So I am skipping these slides. Next. This. Actually, we are not working alone. We have convergence with other departments also, and we are also benefiting the schemes of various other departments through our manpower, which is associated with the project. So we have the various departments like agriculture and horticulture, animal husbandry, dairy department, then fisheries department, cooperative department, industries, NABARD and various other social welfare department. These are the various projects with whom we are working. Next. Next. These are some of the innovative ideas and proposals which we are implementing in the coming years. One is the community managed cafe, wayside amenities, community based responsible tourism, establishment of bee park, establishment of mini saras and rural markets in remote locations, establishment of multi-purpose community growth centers for collection, value addition and marketing of rural produce. Next. Then there are some success stories from the project area. Important are, okay, 2 minutes. Improving livelihoods through poultry farms. We are managing small poultry farms of backyard poultry. Reducing drudgery through farm machinery bank. We have developed farm machinery banks in various clusters which provide farm machinery to the local community. Similarly, income generation activities and agro-fruit processing from local produce. Employment generation through non-farm activities. Securing livelihood through farm-based activities like hydroponics, pea, cabbage, potatoes, tomatoes, etc. Then innovative off-farm activities like mushroom, honey, flour mills, agro-processing, herbal products. Then community managed cafe. One success story is there. If you have been to Shamkhet Tea Gardens, there is a cafe known as Green Bird Cafe. It is being managed by one of our cluster level federation. And in one month only, it has made a business of more than 1.5 lakhs. So such type of interventions are very important for economic development of the community. Similarly, community-based responsible tourism activities are also one of the important activities, mainly for Nainital region. Next. So, thank you very much for listening to me. And lastly, I will invite you to Bhimtal also. I am the elder son of Dr. Yashodhar Matpal, and I am based at Bhimtal and also managing the museum and art gallery, which is meant for art and cultural conservation and also promoting eco-tourism also. So whenever you get time, you are most welcome to our museum at Bhimtal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Matpal. There is one announcement. Judges for the poster presentation post-lunch are Dr. Hanilin Hidalgo, Dr. Ajbir Singh, Dr. Sarita Srivastav. Poster presentation venue is the veranda or the baranda or the corridor of Home Science Department. Our volunteer contact persons for the poster presentations are Dr. Anita Joshi and Dr. Kavita Pan. Our volunteers will also be there to assist those who will be presenting via using the posters. After this, I would like to present mementos to all three invited speakers. I would like to invite Dr. M.P. Singh. Okay, I would like to invite Dr. Charu Dhundial to give out a memento. And volunteers, please. Next person would be Dr. Usapan Joshi to give a memento to the invited speakers, please. Dr. Alicia. Dr. Charu Dhundial is a professor in physics. Dr. Usha Pant is a professor in economics. She will present memento to Nainital Hidalgo. I invite Prabha Pant ma'am to give out memento to Dr. Suresh Matpal ji. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now there are two more announcements. Post lunch we will have a session where Professor B.R. Pant will chair, Dr. Manoj Pandey will be the co-chair, Dr. Kavita Bist is rapporteur, and there are two invited speakers, Dr. Negi and me. And now we head for lunch. We have 20 minutes to come back. It's a very quick lunch. We are already running late. We would like to be back here within 20 minutes. Lunch is ready. It's waiting outside. Thank you. Thank you for patiently hearing.
हम गए थे पूछना कि तेरा कौन सा है नहीं दैट वाज कीनोट स्पीकर वाला जो था वो ये तो जनरल में टोस्ट है ना हमको तो कीनोट वाला देना था कीनोट वाला नहीं गया है देयर इज वन बेस्ट कीनोट भी बना है मैम तो कंफ्यूजन
just can I have attention please once? Can we have a group photo? This is a special request by the photographing team. I invite almost everybody on the stage, and some people can stand, some can sit, and we have a group photo. Anju ma'am, ऊपर आइए. हाँ, उषा मैम, everybody, almost all the faculty members of the college and invited speakers, guests, delegates. Yeah.
का सम्मान रहेगा।
नंबर नहीं है मेरे पास।
Lunch is for everybody, even students, volunteers. Please, you are all invited for the lunch. Do not go away. We will have to come back again. I request everybody to please come on to stage.
नीचे भी खड़े हो जाते हैं, कुछ लोग नीचे खड़े हो जाते हैं।
नीचे खड़े हो ना।
अरे रे रे भाई सर, डॉक्टर पांडे प्लीज कम। आप
फोटो कितनी जरूरी है बेटा, आजा।
ये बच जाएगा थोड़ा, इसको हटा दोगे भैया थोड़ा, इसको हटा दो आप, इसका तो काम हो गया ना लाइव। अभी और होना है, बाद में स्टार्ट कर लेना। लो आप इस साइड आइए।
हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हम निकलते ही
आप पीछे आइए, इस साइड आइए।
क्या आ जाओ,
इधर खड़े हो जाते।
हम आगे से खड़े हो जाते हैं। आओ देखो, अरे आगे से खड़े हो जाते हैं। आओ
हाँ मैं बात कर रही हूँ सर, मैंने कहा अरेंजमेंट करा रही हूँ, पता नहीं कौन है वहाँ की
नहीं मैं तो जरूर आपका है, आप बनाइए है नहीं यहाँ पर किसी अगर बना के नहीं इनको दे
आप इस साइड आ जाओ।
इस साइड आ जाइए मैम, आप भी आ जाइए।
मैं पीछे
Iconic Indian style.
मैम आप पीछे
आप पीछे आ जाइए मैम। तो मैम इस साइड से आ जाइए हमारे, थोड़ा क्लोज हो जाइए मैम आप भी। वेट वेट वेट।
No, we have just 15 minutes for lunch and come back. Participants who will be presenting poster presentations, please put up your posters immediately after lunch. Your judges will be judging you. If you are not there, your poster is not there, you won't be judged. I request all the poster presenters to put up your posters in the corridor of Home Science Department and contact Kavita Pant ma'am at the reception or the registration desk.
चमड़ा सर
Very good. यही फर्क पड़ता है। शादीशुदा भी भैया नहीं बनेगा तो क्या बोलेंगे।
और क्या कर रहा है? हाँ हाँ ठीक है, चलो चलो।